Jonathan Majors was convicted of assault stemming from a fight with then-girlfriend inside NYC car service. A Manhattan jury convicted Jonathan Majors on Monday, which is today, on charges stemming from a fight with his then-girlfriend Grace Jabari inside a hired car, possibly crippling the rising Hollywood star's plans to headline future Marvel superhero films. The guilty verdict on one misdemeanor count of assault and one harassment violation came after Jabari, which is his ex-girlfriend, testified that she lived in fear of Jonathan Majors' violent outbursts during a traumatic 2-year relationship that ended after the actor struck a hard blow across her head inside a private car as it rode over the Manhattan Bridge. Jonathan Majors faces up to 1 year behind bars at his sentencing, though he is more likely to receive a non-jail sentence of probation and mandated treatment. He stood stoically in Manhattan criminal court as the verdict was read following about 7 hours of deliberations over 3 days. The March 25th encounter at the center of the case erupted in the back seat of a black Cadillac Escalade when Grace Jabari snatched Jonathan Majors' cell phone away after spotting a flirty text which read, "I wish I was kissing you." This text stems from another woman named Cleopatra, trial testimony in Manhattan criminal court revealed. As Jonathan Majors tried to pry back his phone, Grace Jabari attempted to protect herself by curling her body away from the actor, she told jurors. Majors then twisted her arm behind her back, causing excruciating pain, grabbed at her fingers, and hit her with an open hand, Grace Jabari testified. She also stated, "I felt like a hard blow across my head," she told jurors, smacking the microphone on the witness stand in front of her hard to demonstrate the strike's impact. Surveillance video presented at trial shows Majors lifting up Jabari, a dancer and movement coach he'd met in 2021 on the set of Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp, and pushing her several times back inside the black SUV after it pulled over at Center and Canal Streets in Chinatown. Jabari was treated at Bellevue Hospital the morning after the incident for a gash on her right ear and a fractured right middle finger, prosecutors said. Jonathan Majors has maintained his innocence since his arrest, with his lawyers arguing that Jabari was the aggressor during the altercation, and the prosecutors did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the actor caused her injuries. The verdict could upend Marvel's plans for Majors to star as the supervillain Kang the Conqueror in at least 2 planned films, including Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, slated for a 2026 release. Let me just read this, guys. I'm going to play the video. We're going to talk about it, okay? But I want you guys to get the full backstory, okay? The 6 jurors began deliberations on the afternoon of November 14th following a 2-week trial that saw Jabari testify over 4 days. The soft-spoken blonde left the witness stand in tears when she revisited past examples of Jonathan Majors' alleged violent behavior and rewatched footage of police officers questioning her as she lay half naked on the floor of Jonathan Majors' walk-in closet. I just want to know if you guys are seeing as I'm like are hearing as I'm reading that, you know, this is saying the soft-spoken blonde, clearly like just painting this whole like, oh my, what was me, wounded bird, like complete scenario about this situation. But when we watch this video, we're going to see something completely different. Okay. Majors, who chose not to testify, attended the trial wearing an array of different double-breasted suits and with his new girlfriend, actress Megan Good, on his arm as he walked in and out the courtroom. He also stole occasional glances at a gold leaf Bible he carried to the defense table. The trial unearthed evidence of Majors' past alarming behavior during his relationship with Grace Jabari, including that he allegedly begged his ex not to see a doctor after she suffered a head injury in a separate September 2022 incident. I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital, the Creed 3 actor wrote. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something. The full text exchange was partially redacted, but trial evidence revealed that Grace Jabari responded that if she did seek treatment, she would tell the doctor she bumped her head. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you, she added. In a twist, the embarrassing text only surfaced after Jonathan Majors' lawyer opened the door to them by relentlessly grilling Grace Jabari about why she gave police and doctors vague answers about the March episode the court found. Judge Michael Gaffey then ruled the prosecutor should be allowed to provide additional context about why Jabari may have been wary of telling authorities the truth about what happened. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office also played jurors a recording of Jonathan Majors lecturing Jabari that she needed to behave more like the wives of other notable men like Barack Obama and Martin Luther King Jr. and make sacrifices for him. Majors had been upset at Jabari at the time for going out to a pub with a friend despite his demand that she instead attend to his needs while he prepared for a role, she testified. I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is going to be out of commission. This is an audio that I played in the previous video that I will, show you guys also as well. And so basically, this is just breaking it all down. Okay, this is breaking it all down. It ends with, she was on the stand, she was crying, and she was explaining why she, kept staying with him and how she was afraid and how she was this. And oh my gosh, I'm just so scared. I'm just so sad. I'm just so all of these things. All of these things that she's saying while she's on the witness stand. And this is the video that is supposed to be the follow-up of what happened originally in the car, which is one of the charges that he's being faced with. Because right now he's convicted of being charged with, I believe it's aggravated assault as well as harassment. Okay, so I'm going to play the video. This is supposed to be after, she done took his phone. She's in the phone. They're allegedly fighting in the car. And this is the video immediately after, the car pulls over and he gets out. So in this video, you can see him pick her up and put her back in the car. You see him reaching in the car. You see her coming back forward. You see him reaching back in the car. And then you see her jump out, right? So the two of them are now walking and she's grabbing onto him. He's trying to push her off. She grabs him. He pushes her and he takes off running. Okay. This man was running like his name was Forrest Gump. Okay. This man was gunning for it. Like, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with the foolishness. I don't got time for this. This man is running for blocks. Blocks. We can see that she is still, she's literally getting hit by a car because she's, not focused on anything else around her, but she's just running for him full throttle. Before I say anything else, I just want to say, you see, relationships that are so toxic like this are so unhealthy because whenever, two people are in a toxic relationship and they are arguing and they are only focused on the two of them and they literally cannot see the world around them, so many dangerous things could happen. Okay, so you went through this man's phone. You saw something you didn't like. You snatched it. He get out the car. Instead of you just saying, all right, you know what, let me let him go because I can't deal with this. I'm not going to, instead of thinking logically about the situation, you get out and you go run after him while he's running away from you. And if a car, that same car when she was crossing the street right here, let me see if we can pull it up right to the spot. This same car right here, look at this. Boom. See that? Boom. If that car was going a little bit faster and was not paying attention to their surroundings, maybe they looked down on their phone or whatever the case is, it could have been a tragic incident for what? For what? It could have cost you literally your life for what? It don't make no sense. It's a literal truth that one fool makes many. For real. What's very interesting to me, one, as I said, when we read the articles, we can see that, she's painted as this wounded bird that's just so, she's never done anything wrong in her life. She's never harmed him. She's never, did this or whatever. This was just all this, villainous man who we can't trust. And you know how they stay. And you know how these men do. Just painting the whole exact picture that he is this complete criminal, and that she is just so innocent and has nothing to do with this. Although throughout the trial, they obviously arrested her as being an aggressor because of times that she had physically put her hands on him. Also, I'm just going to keep it real. If you have a past history of being with a man who has assaulted you in any shape or form, no matter the severity of it, no matter how lighthearted it is, no matter what the situation, if you are so fearful of this person, you are so afraid of this person, you are not, and I'm just going to be clear about this, okay? It would not behoove you to grab their things, to snatch their things, to take their things, to incite any kind of violent possible activity that you're going to get on the back end. Now, am I saying that, he's in the car and he's doing that to her and it's all her fault? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because allegedly, she's saying that that's what happened. Although the driver testified and said she was the one that was hitting him. So that's two people who were there, and both people are saying the same story. We also see his behavior. This does not look like just from what we can see. Because whatever's happening in the car is hearsay. You could be tussling, have the phone in your hand doing this and that, and your finger could get, dislocated from the stuff that you're doing, from you swinging. We have to talk about all the possibilities here. But from what we can see, we see a man who was trying to evade the situation. We see a man who was like, I got to take myself up out of this because I don't have time for the foolishness. We see a man who's trying to de-escalate the situation. This man running for a block. He already was in a car. He's running on his feet for blocks just to escape the situation. Think about that. Again, I don't know what happened in 2022. I don't know what happened before. We have no evidence or proof of exactly what happened in the car. I'm going to be clear when I say that. We have no, but from what we can see right after that incident, even when she grabbed on him, he did a push off so he can run for the hills. He's like, no, I got to hit you with the Heisman because let me try to fake you out because I got to get away from this. I have stuff to live for. I have stuff to accomplish. I can't deal with this. And we see her, you're so afraid of this person, but you're chasing them for blocks. He don't hit, you just said that he allegedly hit you in the head and all this kind of stuff. And you're chasing him for blocks for what? For what resolve? If it was just so toxic and there was a heat of the moment in the car, what are you chasing him for? Another hit? Another strike? Or what is it about? And I also want to take this time to say that, for women who put gasoline on the flame in toxic relationships, let me just tell you this. Whether it started off as this person doing something to you only, once you are now aiding the situation and you are not trying to resolve anything and you are bringing more conflict into the situation, although you say or although you know that you guys have had a tumultuous past, especially if somebody is physically harming you, you're doing yourself an injustice. A huge injustice. That's why I say one fool makes many, because you see, if he is a fool enough to physically harm you, like, jail is not real. Like prison is not real. Like there are not any real consequences. You are the other fool if you are now engaging in this activity, going with it, blow for blow, as if you can handle being in the contrary of your counterpart, of a man. You a fool too. That's why I say one fool make many. If that's the case of what happened. Because I have to be honest. The crazy thing is that, I saw this news just released. I went on social media and, I saw a thread of just all these black women saying that, that's what he get, them snow bunnies and this and that. And, that's what happens when you date outside your race. And, they're not for you. And of course, we knew it's going to happen because you this and you that. It's so interesting to me that, they're jumping on this situation. And even though there's a lot of people who are saying, but this man is literally escaping the situation. How could, a violent person, from most people's, recollection, it don't matter what's going on. They're not escaping nothing because they already know what they're capable of. They're already down for it. It's like a reaction. For people who are violent, it's like an instant reaction constantly. They get a thrill of the adrenaline rush of actually putting a pause on you. So there's so many people who are saying, oh my gosh, like we just saw this video release and now you're saying that night is what you're charging him for? What's going on? Oh, well, you see, that's what y'all get for being with these, snow bunnies. This is what they're calling them in the comment section. Oh, that's what y'all get. Y'all should know. But it's so interesting because y'all are so quick to bash this person who you feel truly is innocent just to put him, more down because he decided to date outside of his race. But at the same time, these same women that you were talking about, the same, wounded bird, oh my gosh, what was me? The same people that are playing this victim mentality, the same people who are stepping forward and trying to, Karen their way out of situations, all that type of situation is very interesting to me because these are the same people who talk to you about tricking yourself out of the relationships with your man. When your man was not even considered another human being, when they were already over your man, they trying to say, oh yes, feminism. Yes, we don't need these men. Come on, all women should stick together no matter what color we are. We should just all stick together. And forget these men. They're horrible. They're trash. They're this. They're that. They done convince you to leave your family, to leave your structure, to leave your communities. I'm not saying literally this woman. I'm talking about what this woman represents. Based on their logic in the comment section, I just want to make sure that we're all staying together. A lot of the women who were talking about, Snow Bunny this and these women this and these women that. Oh yeah, once this quote unquote, this is what they say, Snow Bunny start crying, everybody gonna fall to her beck and call. You doing all of that. But interestingly enough, that's what they did to y'all to convince you to leave your family structure, to leave your home front, to break down your own community because they wanted to be equal to their spouse. When your spouse was nowhere close. It was, the man, the woman, dog, cat, horse, pig, monkey, cow, everything else, and then your man. Those who know what I'm talking about are going to know what I'm talking about. I'm going to move on from that. Anyway, it's just so interesting to me that, you can see. And another thing that I saw in the comment section that was interesting as well was that there was so many people who were there and they were like, oh, well, if the jury says he's guilty, he's guilty. As if innocent people don't go to jail every day. Like, let's just be honest. But to be able to see injustice and try to, justify it or try to, because I'm not going to look at certain jurors and say, oh, well, maybe they have more common sense than I do. Maybe they have more logic than I do. No, we the people, we can make sense out of nonsense when we see things. That's why normal people are in the jury. Just regular people. And also, depending on, the common thread of the jury says a lot as well. I think this is crazy. If it was a charge of something else, if it was a charge based off of, maybe a different scenario that we literally did not see the quote unquote second half of, if the driver, did not testify in the way or the manner in which the driver testified, I could see. If it was something that happened from maybe that 2022 and, there was evidence there and there was a whole bunch of stuff going on from that space, I could understand. But from what we see here, it don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. And again, this is why it is important for men to vet their women properly. Watch her keenly. Once that toxic stuff, start arising, whether it's from your part, whether, she's bringing a certain vibe out of you or you're bringing a certain vibe out of her, y'all got to check the deuces. Because at what cost? Whole career could be gone. Everything you work for could be gone. We saw NFL star, Croy Bierman. We saw him the other day. Losing it. Ready to get locked up. Because his woman, his wife ruined his life, as he said. She took everything. We have to vet properly and look keenly. Listen to the things that she's not saying. Watch her movements. Watch how she behaves to other people when she's upset. Watch the things she says about her friends. Because a lot of women, oh yeah, you don't like women. You don't defend women. Okay. I'm over here giving you guys the intricate details that I observe. And we have a whole bunch of men in the comment section agreeing that this is their point of view. This is the level of understanding that they need to be met at. Y'all be having your homegirls and y'all be talking about, oh, well, oh, she did this to me. Oh, wait, because I'm going to do this. A lot of women will reveal all of their manipulation tactics to other people in front of their man. Men have to sit down and take notes. Oh, mental note. That's your best friend. That's your sister. You're going to say that to me? You're going to do that? Okay, no. I know how you move. This is all my opinion about this entire situation. I would like to know you guys' opinions as well in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' perspective on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.